For all the folks just waking up, what did it? Was it when your 401k got hurt? Was it when you fell in your wallet? It certainly wasn't the human rights violations or all the constitutional crises. No, just when it affected your money. Good old USA, where property has more rights than people. Why did it have to come so far? And yet, even though you see it now, you won't go out and fight. Always waiting for someone else to do the dirty work. The red capes are coming. Bill Burr actually put it very eloquently, which actually garnered the response that he should run for president. First, let me say, no disrespect to Bill Burr, but he doesn't want that job. Stop passing the buck. Every time some celebrity says anything that resembles common sense, people say they should run for president. That's how far we've fallen. That's how bad it's gotten. So that if Trump runs for a third term, people say, oh, well, we'll bring back Obama, because that's not a slippery slope. It reeks of desperation. Democrats really dropped the ball hard. But everyone needs to take a good, long, hard look in the mirror and realize that they need to focus on their energy. I know it's hard, but we've all been there. Taking the easy way out for too long. And now here we are. We are at a precipice. We are in a moment. This is the moment. The moment you'll look back on. The moment that we'll all talk about. The time you'll look back and say, why didn't I take a stand? Why didn't I wake up sooner? Why didn't I fight? How did we let it get this far? Will you tell your children, your grandchildren, the next generation, your friends, family, loved ones, that you stood with integrity, that you stood for what was morally just? Will you tell them that you did your best? Because that's all we can ever do. Will you tell them that you are free? Are you? Is this the last generation that we'll call the land of the free and the home of the brave? Will this be the last generation of American freedom? In this moment. In this moment, were you brave? Funny that the rich thought, it's funny, because the rich actually thought that they were immune to Trump's screwing. Because they have receipts, so they thought it's good, you know. But that's clearly not the case. Apparently he's going to tax the rich too. American people won't benefit from it all. It's all going into his wallet. He wants to tax the rich and the poor. Doesn't matter. He wants to take it all. Is this a surprise to anyone? More taxes, more tariffs, less representation. Let's face it. America's always been about cheap labor. Slavery, child labor, prisons, and now like AI automation, same difference to these people. Humans, I wouldn't even say like cattle. Cattle's probably worth more to them. I'm going to give you a history of American labor, according to comedian Bill Burr. This whole idea that other countries stole factory jobs is nonsense. In the 1800s, the Industrial Revolution, they had kids as young as 4 or 5 working in factories, for like 12 or 14 hours a day in dangerous situations, and people weren't making any money. Meanwhile, the guy who owned the factory is keeping all the money. So the working man finally had enough. They start organizing, making unions. Meanwhile, the robber barons, they hire the police, the army, and they kill these people. Sound familiar? They kill them in riots, they crack their skulls, all to try to force them to go back to work for sweatshop wages. These people, they died, they were maimed, catastrophic injuries, so that we could have a decent wage today, and weekends. Something so simple seems like it now. Then it was like a 40 to 50 year period where being middle class white was sort of the goal. That's what these people keep saying, you know, they want to make it great again. I mean, but for who? And for a small group of people. Eventually, the corporations got sick of dealing with these unions and they just left the US. Like, they took their factories outside the US, went back to 1800s wages. I mean, honestly, you should be making that here. Seriously. Then the corporate guys said, you know what? We would like to make the sneakers here, but to pay the American worker, the sneakers would have to go up in price. And instead of just $50, they'll now cost $700. Why exactly? That price is outrageous. Like, what it literally was that they didn't want to go back. They didn't want to have to lose their sweatshop wages and the profit from those sweatshop wages. That's what it's always been about. Profits over people. And mind you, they're continuing to make profits. They just keep exceeding that. They want more and more and more. Because they're not understanding that there's a consumer base. And you can't squeeze the consumer base. Yet they are. And historically speaking, it doesn't. They don't care. It's not up to them. Like, they are not going to regulate themselves. You're not going to be able to hold people accountable that they're not going to hold themselves accountable. That's supposed to be the job of Congress. That's supposed to be the job of the Supreme Court. That's supposed to be our government. They just figured pass all the buck on to the consumer. Tariffs, union busting. It's a sickening level of greed and human indecency. I want to reiterate again. On none of my platforms and none of my videos have I asked for money. Even though that's, you know, a lot of the contribution is done that. There are more ways to fight than just, I mean, you donate money to these people and then they do what with it? They don't do the thing you need them to do with it. What are they spending it on? They're spending it on consultants. They're spending it on ads that don't help them to get elected. They're spending money on things that don't help them do what you're giving them the money to do. That's like going to the store, spending $100 on groceries, but leaving without the groceries. Why would I say $100 on groceries? This is 2025. It's like $2,000 in groceries. Listen, I'm going to put it simple. In my community and others, I give back. Even when I have nothing to give, I give anyway. To me, that's what a soldier does. A father, a husband. That's what a man does. A man provides. You can get mad at me if you want. That's how I was raised. That's how I'm raising my kids. I give back even when I don't have it. I lead from the front. There's a big difference between a boss and a leader. Trump's a boss. Barking orders at people, trying to make yourself feel tough. Leaders go out front. They do the hard work. Trump is a boss. I'm a leader. Trump is the boss. Call me Big Boss.